Yo, you already know what it is, man. Boy, man, John switched to a great one, not the fake one, man. I got a special guest, man. Well, go ahead, man. Do your intro, man, because I love that intro on your show, man. Hit it time for us, man. Who we got?
Pretty Richie, what they called him. Yes, sir.
Got Pretty Richie, man. We got Killer Spin. You already know what it is, man. We about to get into the draft. Got an Eagles fan. I got a Packers fan, man. I got to see how they feel about this. But before we get into the draft, I want to know right now, being that Malik Willis came off the bench last year and balled out, how do you feel about the contract they gave Jordan Love?
I feel pretty bad because from my eyes, from what I saw, Malik Willis outplayed him. Malik Willis outplayed Jordan Love to the point where Jordan Love came back and he was shook. And that's why I believe that he had a shaky season for 2025. You know what I mean? If you look at the last 4 games that he played last season, he played lights out. But once he felt threatened because of how Malik Willis did, once he got hurt, he was second guessing himself. He threw what the second most interceptions in the league last year. That's ridiculous.
Yep. You got that young talent breathing down your back. I was surprised being that he got the contract just off 1 year anyway, though. That don't usually happen.
Well, he started for 2, right? I think he started for 2, though.
Nah, he started for that 1 year, and then he got that contract in that offseason.
Nah, you're right. Because last year was his second year, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well,
so really,
I think the Green Bay Packers
they got faith in him.
They got faith in him, and they were trying to get ahead of the situation by giving him his big contract now. Because if they waited another 2 or 3 years and he played the way he did last season, the last 5 games last season, he'd probably be the highest paid quarterback in the league, which would have cost way more than what he's getting paid today.
Yeah, that market going up.
Yes.
Soon they're gonna be getting 100 a year. It looked like we already had 60. What that again? 60?
60. Yes, that's the average. That's the average.
So when it's time for Mahomes and Lamar and Josh Allen to get a new contract,
it's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be up to 70.
They were just talking about extending Lamar again, and Lamar already just got paid, and they talking about extending him already again.
Yeah, so they can get ahead of the curve. That's what they're doing. They're trying to get ahead of that financial curve because they know the market's going to be ridiculous moving forward. It always is.
I feel like Lamar got robbed of the MVP this year because there's no way you win the MVP and then you got stats better this season than your MVP season and you don't win it. Even though Josh had to do it by himself, it just statistically it don't make sense. How y'all feel about that?
Well, last year I think it was the same way though. I think last year Josh Allen had better stats and then Lamar won it. So I feel like they were just trying to give it back. You know what I mean? They was just trying to give him one that he missed on. You know, it's politics with the shit. It's really who like who, and they like to put they spin on it. But I feel like they were just trying to give him the one back from last year.
They wanted something different. You know what I mean? It wasn't Tom Brady. You know what I mean? So they just wanted something different.
Now, let's get back to you, though, because the Eagles, y'all broke your whole team down this year. So what are y'all going to do? Because I seen a lot of key pieces from the defense leave.
Ooh.
Who, with the safety?
Not just the safety. You had some D-line pieces move, some linebackers. You had a few things. You had a big retirement. The defensive back, Darius Slay, was your number 1 corner. He's gone. What y'all going to do this year?
He was at number 2. We got Mitchell. Now we got Dean. We got a lot of guys we developed already. As far as Brandon Graham, we already have people behind him we developing. So, you know what I mean? We're going to go into the draft either drafting somebody or we're going to trade for somebody. And as far as the safety going right now, we're trying to get Justin Simmons. That's our last piece. You act like Howie Rosen ain't a guru at this, man.
Justin Simmons?
A baller.
Justin Simmons is old.
Go look at his numbers. I don't care about old. Look at his numbers.
All right, we're going to see. So what offseason moves did y'all make, though, besides all these key losses? Who did y'all bring in?
Nothing so far, but like I said,
I brought in A.J. Dillon.
Oh, yeah. He won't even touch the ball. We're not worried about him.
He's just a plan B in case the tush push gets banned.
Yeah. And even then, that's if Saquon need a breather, man, because Saquon's still gonna get that 1 yard. So we not worried about that, man. Like I said, we was already breeding our young guys, man.
Okay.
Jalen Carter
Now,
gonna be
Rich,
the best D tackle in the league right next year if he wasn't last year. We
who
got
you say, Jalen Carter?
Yeah. He about to get a contract. That's why we moved to certain guys. We gotta pay him. He the
He's
best
not
in the league.
he's not even the best in his division though.
Who?
Dexter Lawrence. Did you forget
Dexter
about?
Lawrence not better than Jalen Carter.
Are you crazy?
Dexter Lawrence is not better than Jalen Carter. He's not.
Whoa. That's
Ain't
a
no
hot
whoa.
take right there.
Ain't no whoa. He good. He's not better than Jalen Carter is the best D tackle in the game right now.
We're gonna
Search
see.
any
He be out there.
podcast, any what's called. He is the best guy.
He be out there
The
crying a
best
lot,
interior
man. He be out there crying a lot. I don't know. But Rich, they talk about Jair trying to leave. What y'all gonna do?
They need to let Jair go and try to get at least 2 second-round picks or a second and 2/3 for him. He's valuable, but he's just not for us. Every season he can't play. He can't finish the season.
I was gonna say it. So Jair Alexander. So do you think you can get 2 second-round picks for him being a injury prone?
Well, like I said, you got to make up. You got nothing beats the failure, but to try.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's because he was a first-round draft pick. You know what I mean? So at least
we'll give a second for him right now. I guarantee
that's
you.
What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We can get something for him. We can get something for him. I would rather do that. I would rather do that because he only what he started like 5 or 6 games each season. That's come on. That's like same with Christian Watson. Hey, let's move on.
You know what I mean? Y'all definitely need to move on from him because he is I don't know, man. He is terrible.
Yeah. Christian Watson will drop a wide open pass. He'll run a beautiful route and drop the ball wide open.
Beat him up, ball.
But they got Romeo. Y'all got Romeo Dobbs and Jalen Reed. Who do you consider the wide receiver one on the team?
You got to go with Romeo Dubes, but I also love what's the third one? I forgot his name.
Jalen Reed.
There you go.
Wicks.
Davontavian Wicks. Yes, he's very underrated. He can do it all. He's a good slot receiver, short to intermediate route runner, great hands, and he's always the forgotten guy. You know what I mean? He's like a small Victor Cruz from the New York Giants back in the day.
Y'all got this receiving core, and then Jordan Love comes in and like, you know what I mean? Can't make that. So can you see up this coming year if Jordan Love don't get it together by game 6 and y'all got the Lions, can you see Malik Willis getting the nod?
It depends how poorly he's playing. I know that's the easy answer. But when you're talking about the franchise paying him what they're paying him, it's going to take a major injury for them not to play Jordan Love. They're just paying him too much. He gonna play. He gonna play. I don't care what the record is. He gonna play. If he's healthy, he gonna play.
Yeah, definitely. With that paycheck, he gotta play.
Right. Exactly.
See, I don't know though because the Giants kind of had the same situation. And they ended up starting what's called an Davino.
Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor.
Oh yeah, they did. They started Tyrod Taylor, but then remember they started Davino a couple weeks.
Yeah,
he got hurt.
They said he had neck injury though, so I guess because it was an injury. But I think even when he came back, they sat him like, you know what I mean, fully get healthy because we about to move you. Like,
right.
Jones, they told him to go to safety at practice. Like, get away from the offense. Don't come over here. We don't want. You don't have nothing to do with this shit no more. Go over there. Go play practice squad safety. That was disrespectful. I never seen an NFL quarterback get treated the way Daniel Jones was treated this season.
I mean, he was terrible though, bro. They
he
paid
was.
him all that
He
money.
was. He was awful. He was awful.
But that's not fair to say because the Giants in itself is terrible. They have no O-line.
Bro.
True.
You need an O-line at quarterback, bro.
Right.
Especially in your division. Like you said, if I gotta see Jalen Carter 2 times a year, I need an O-line.
Right. Look at
that's
Saquon Barkley. He left and went to Philly. Look, boom.
And look at that. Now,
Yep.
that's what I was about to say. Daniel Jones is going to start over Anthony Richardson this year. Watch. I'm telling you, Anthony Richardson is not good to me, man. You got to think he don't even have the experience to be playing in NFL. He played how many college games? 13. He didn't start the first year he came in. Then he came in. His numbers wasn't spectacular. He's just a freak athlete.
Right.
And that works in basketball. That don't work in football at quarterback. You got to be able. He can't read defense, Dev. You
give
saying
him another year,
saying
man.
something wrong?
I agree. Give him time. He's still young.
Year, man.
He's young.
He had 2 years.
Look,
You got to think he had a year of where he sat out and watched, so he can't have that excuse.
He was injured.
So I'm saying he got to sit out and watch and really learn, and he learned from a vet. He had Philip Rivers, right, if I'm not mistaken, and then he had, or was it Matt Ryan? Or
Joe Flacco.
All right, so he sat behind a vet for a whole year, watched. You know what I mean? And then had the spring practice. Versus he had his first rookie season. He had his summer, and then he had the preseason. Then he had a few games, sat out. So he's learning this whole time. Then he absorbed this shit. And then why are you vouching for a guy that said he's tired and he got to come out?
Well,
you forgot about that?
Don't forget about this, too. Those wide receivers on the Colts, they have a stronger rapport with Richardson. They've been playing with him since he got there. So he has a leg up on that. And he's more athletic than Daniel Jones. But Daniel Jones is a better pocket passer. But with that with that Colts offensive line, he got to run a lot more. And Richardson gets denied again for that.
I said, I think we gotta give him another year, man. You're right. He was out, but he was hurt, so his mental already messed up. He think he lost his spot. He was all over the place. So this year he got to come back. But once again, you could teach that. You know what I mean? You can't teach size and speed. You can only, you know what I mean? I could teach you how to read a defense. I can't teach you to get 6'4" and fucking 200-some pounds.
Can you teach someone how to read a defense in the NFL?
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to come up knowing how to read a defense.
You are, but it ain't too late to learn, brother. You could teach them how to read certain defense. You could put them in film room all day long and make them force them to read. You know what I mean?
Right.
But now you're going against.
I think he's going to be given a chance. He'll be given a chance to start.
Mm-hmm. Him going against an experienced corner don't sit well with me if he don't know how to read a defense, because a guy like Jalen Ramsey going to beat him all day.
Jalen Ramsey is going to beat many quarterbacks all day.
Exactly. Don't put that on him.
All right, we can go with a few corners. He got Stingley in his division.
But look, he got an arm, though.
He don't know how to. But that arm ain't doing nothing if you can't. You know what I mean? If you just going to throw it up and we in cover 3 and now everybody bailing, but you didn't see that. That shit don't mean nothing because you threw it.
You got a wide receiver, it do.
Now his receiving core, he got Michael Pierce as his deep threat receiver. Donnie Mitchell is fast, but it ain't.
He's a sleeper though. Pierce was getting them because they were sleeping on him because they was worried about Pittman and stuff. So he ended up getting open. Pittman really their guy, but
he's the number one.
Concussions, I think, and stuff. He was getting injured, and Pierce will be that sneak. You know what I mean? That little sneak away, low hitch and go, whatever he going, he getting open off. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah, right. He they short dude. He the short route. But they saying AJ Brown might go to the Patriots. How you feel about that trade package?
Man, that's cap. They teasing the Patriots fan, trying to mess with him, man. That boy ain't going nowhere. You see the contract he got? He's supposed to be up there with chasing them. He on a team-friendly contract. He on a team that he won, and he just won a Super Bowl, bro. He not going nowhere.
If he does, that'd be good for the Drake May. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Right now, he got 3 slot receivers as his wide receiving core.
Who else he got up there? Stephon Diggs.
Nobody. He got nobody.
I straight Diggs just went there. You're right. That's the only wide receiver he really has, and he got 3 slots. He got 3 slots.
He coming off a ACL though. That's a big.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So he's gonna be more of a coach or a mentor. You know what I mean, to them young wide receivers that's trying to find their footing in the NFL still.
And a diva, because we know how Stephon Diggs get. This is a good situation for him because he needed a dude that he could bully and give him the ball 14 targets a game.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. They gonna have to figure something out because honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I think Drake made good, bro. But the fact that they didn't start Milton, I think, was silly.
Well, he was a 7th round draft pick.
He shouldn't have been though. I don't know how
he was that late. The NFL, don't forget the NFL is a business.
Nah, it is.
Yeah, Drake May was a top 4 pick. They gonna give him every.
I don't understand stuff like that. Why not go get a lineman? Why not go get a wide receiver, a running back, a DB? And when you already got guys, like develop the guys you got. We keep getting these top picks. We're using them on quarterbacks, and they end up becoming a bust because, like we said before, certain teams don't got nothing around them. Daniel Jones, they don't got a line, they don't got no wide receivers. So then they don't got a defense that's going, get them back on the field. So it's like, bro, what? Then we call them a bust. Now they stink. Like,
you know what? I'm glad you said that because that leads us into the next thing. So, how do you feel about them saying Cam Ward gonna go number 1? Why would he? Why would you take him if you got old ass Calvin Ridley, Westbrook? We don't got a defense. How y'all feel about that? Y'all think he gonna go number 1?
Yes,
he definitely going number 1, but I don't think it's a smart choice.
But like you just said, we go into these terrible teams, and then you call me a bust.
They do it every year, though. These teams do it every year. And look, the Titans just drafted 2 QBs, or this the 3rd QB they're going to draft in the last 5 years.
Right. Everybody knows the quarterback is the franchise on the field. So if Cam Ward, the first year, if he can show some promise, they'll begin to build around him during the upcoming draft and free agency and all that. They'll build around him. Just like they're doing with the cat from the Carolina Panthers. What was his name? I forgot his name.
Young.
Yeah, they building around him now. See there?
Yeah, but look, they benched him though. Remember, they benched him halfway through the season. Then Andy Dalton started playing bad. They benched him. But that just goes to show, like, we making bad moves now. They didn't try to go trade for no lineman. They didn't try to go trade for a 1 wide receiver. They barely made any moves at all to help him. And then he gets benched for, I guess he did play terrible, but it ain't like he had help.
Right. And that's why the last 2-3 drafts, they've been doing a lot of early wide receivers for him. And they're projected to do that tomorrow night. They're going to get him another wide receiver. They need to. They will.
They need to go to the line, too, though. I mean, at least trade for someone, because I think not too long ago I heard there's a couple decent linemen out there, either they contract up or on a trade block.
I think they got 2 first-round picks. So they might do exactly that.
That'd be smart, but we already know they don't make the smartest choices, so I doubt it. They might go wide receiver.
Oh, that'd be good for fantasy football purposes.
It's good if he can get the ball out.
Right. Right.
What quarterback? You go ahead. What line? The line what?
It's horrible. And
Tennessee's line?
No, the Panthers.
Oh, the Panthers. Oh yeah.
Right, Sean getting killed back there.
Murder.
And I seen them in person. They line look small.
And look, that don't help when you got a guy that's already 5'10", undersized, bro. Like, you know what I mean? If you got a guy like that and that's your main guy, the first thing you should have did was immediately look for linemen. Either you got to go get them by trading, you know what I mean? Or we got to immediately draft because you already behind the 8 ball with a guy like that. I don't know how that don't logically make sense for these teams. You know what I mean? But what do I know? I'm not a GM. I'm outside looking in, I guess. I don't know.
Do y'all see any of these QBs in the draft right now having the Jaden Daniel Stroud effect?
Sanders, unless he goes to the Saints. If he goes to the Saints, he's gonna start because Derek Carr, I don't think he's gonna play this season.
Yeah, no.
Who do you think Sanders could beat out right now?
Like starting on any starting team, you saying?
Starting right now, who could Sanders beat out?
He could play on the Raiders. He could play on the Browns.
He's not gonna beat out Geno Smith. I'm telling you that right now.
No, he ain't beating that. He's not beating
I forgot Geno over there. Now you're right. I forgot they got him. Yeah, nah.
Hold on. You gotta think about this. QB is gonna get hard to come in and play at because right now we got Jalen Hurts, Lamar, Josh Allen, Mahomes, all these dudes, Joe Burrow, Stroud, Jaden Daniels, all these dudes our age, 25. Ain't gonna be too many more QBs coming in the league that's gonna have starting jobs. That's what I'm saying. Who could he beat out right now, really?
Hold on, he
can definitely start on the Browns. I'm telling you this now.
Yeah, that's true.
He's starting on the Browns.
Let's see.
Yeah. As far as other teams, certain teams got their guy though. Because who over there at the Vikings? Who just signed to the Vikings?
He can go to the Jets. He can compete with Justin Fields. I think he's a better pure passer.
Depending on how they do their offense though, because they did just get it. You know what I mean? They got new coaches, so it depends on how they gonna run their offense.
Right.
You know why it's gonna be hard for him to beat out Fields though? Because Fields back with his college dude, and Fields got that dual.
Garrett Wilson.
And Tyrod over there. So I don't know if Sheduer want to go to that New York room right now.
I bet you he can beat out Dak Prescott if Dak ain't healthy.
Now, Rich, hold on. Let me ask you this, right? When you go look at Sheduer tape and even Travis Hunter tape, look at the catches Travis Hunter making where he got hit on the sideline and his rib got torn. He got to make all these athletic catches. Sheduer ball placement ain't the best. Can we really say Sheduer ready year one, or do he got to sit a year? Maybe
it depends on where he goes. If he goes to Dallas, he's got his CeeDee Lamb. He'll be fine.
But he's throwing setup balls.
Is it though?
He's not reading the defense the right way.
Well, hold on. Is it a setup ball, or do you just trust your wide receiver that much though? Because there's a fine line, brother. Because if we're gonna make that argument, we could do the same thing. We talked about this on another podcast of Matt Stafford throwing up to like a guy like, you know what I mean, Calvin Johnson. Not to compare them. It's not comparing. I'm just saying it's a trust in your receiver. So is he throwing bad bars? He just letting his playmaker make a play.
I see what you're saying. That's a good point.
Yeah, it depends on where he goes. If he's got great wide receivers and a nice tight end, at least one nice tight end, he'll be nice. He'll be fine.
He definitely gonna need a tight end. You're definitely right about that. For the league, that's your main target as a rookie. You always going for tight end. So
absolutely.
If you get a nice tight end, I think he'll have a decent year.
Yeah, get a double up on it. You see how Philly and them doing double up. Get two of them. Two tight ends.
So Sheduer could beat Dak out. You don't think Joe Milton could beat Dak out?
I personally think he can, but they love that guy though. I don't know what they really seen him.
But you see what I'm saying? You see how every QB room got a solid name? Like if he go to Dallas, he ain't competing with just Dak. Joe Milton want to play too. Joe Milton got drafted last year. He trying to eat.
Don't they got what's the name too? Lance? Or did they let him go?
They
let him go. Okay.
It's Cooper Rush, Dak Prescott, and Joe Milton right now in Dallas.
Cooper Rush went to, I believe, Minnesota. As a backup, he went somewhere. He ain't there no more.
Yeah, he not there no more.
Okay. So you saying he could beat out Dak Prescott and Derek Carr? Who else? Because let's see who in the top. Let's see. He got Titans ain't gonna pick him. They probably gonna go Cam Ward. He could pick Russell Wilson if the Giants pick him?
Giants? Wait, what you saying? If
Giants, can he beat out Russell Wilson?
Yes.
I don't know, because with a team like that, you gotta have experience. That's the only reason I'm gonna say I don't think so. They starting behind already, and we were just saying he needs something. You know what I mean? So it's like
they got no O line.
They got no O line. They don't got they running back okay. They really don't got a wide receiver. They got a D line, but other than that, they don't got a defense. I feel like for a team like that, he won't fit well into. He gonna get crucified right away.
Now, it is a chance he could still go to the Raiders because they got an option deal with Geno, like meaning they could drop him next year and not even have to pay him out. So he could go to the Raiders, sit behind Geno, and then go on. But then
that'd be good for him. That'd be good.
Yeah, I don't see who else could really draft him until it's us. But I don't want him, truthfully. I want Jackson Dart.
But you know, your coach said he got a first-round grade on him. No, Jackson Dart. No, you're right. He said Jackson Dart. He didn't say Sheduer.
Jackson Dart, I feel like is NFL ready though.
Yes.
We want Jackson Dart or Emike Ejugbo or Isaiah Bond. Really, Isaiah Bond over Emike because being that we got GP and DK, and like I said before, Rich, tell me how you feel about this. DK and GP kind of the same player, I feel like. So if we had Isaiah Bond to be able to run drags and little short, shallow routes underneath, we'll be good. You think GP
his draft capital is going to take a hit because of what's going on with the situation.
What happened with him?
He's time?
Isaiah Bond.
Yeah, what happened?
He's lawsuit.
Oh yeah,
okay. Something weird. Let me see. Oh, maybe we can get him as a steal.
A female.
Oh man, maybe we can get him as a steal.
It depends. He's going to have the insiders to find out exactly the details of the situation.
Yeah, I see.
They might not want to touch that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
coming into the season from the word go.
Yeah, he definitely don't want to touch that. Well, we can get Golden.
Tomlin not that type of coach. He gonna leave that over there. He not.
We can get Golden then because Texas' whole wide receiver core was a track team for real. We can just get Golden.
I was about to say, I don't think Isaiah Bond was the best one on there. I was about to say, I think Golden was the best wide receiver for that team anyway.
Yes,
he was hurt. He was hurt at the beginning of the year, so Isaiah Bond was the guy. You know what I mean? And I think the year before Bond had a decent year. But for every big play, Golden was the big play man over there.
Mm.
So I think, and like we said, he ran a 4.3. Nobody even expected that because Isaiah Bond was talking so high, like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm about to beat the time for Worthy. He come out, he ran like a 4.5 or something. Like, come on, man, don't talk crazy like that. You're not even coming close.
Oh, now, Rich, what y'all gonna do with the 23rd pick?
We need a defensive end, if you ask me, because I'm a diehard Packers fan, and it was so hard in 2025 to watch my defense give the opposing quarterbacks 5+ seconds just to get off their spot before they passed the ball. Made Jared Goff look like Joe Montana. It was bad. It was a bad season.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Rashawn Gary. That's a Jersey dude. He's supposed to be out there putting in that pain.
Exactly. We need a good defensive end. If we can do that, get the quarterback off his spot, I'll be glad with that. But I don't know what they're going to do. They might be able to replace Zaire, you know?
I hope y'all do. And like I said, I hope we get him. If we get him for a second and third or something, bro, that'd be the happiest day of my life, brother. Putting him over there with our defense already.
But he can't. He ain't going. What good is he if he's not going to be on the field?
He's the Zion of the NFL.
But we run a different defense though, so he might be okay. He might, you know what I mean? He gonna have less pressure. We got Quinyon Mitchell on the other side. He not gonna be chasing ones. We not gonna have him do that. You know what I mean? We got different teams. He not gonna have to cover for that long. Our D line is getting there. Like it's gonna be a different defense. Y'all had a great defense though. Don't get me wrong, but it's gonna be I feel like a lot easier if he come to us. It's gonna be a lot easier on him.
If that happens, I'll take you to dinner because the Eagles have taken so much from the Packers. Last year they got John Cooper from us. We was about to get him, and the Eagles jumped in front of us to get him. And then in the Super Bowl, you see how he intercepted Patrick Mahomes, took for a touchdown. I'm like, yo, that's my guy. Nah, you know what I mean? Because of the Eagles. So if y'all get out here and he do that, I'm done.
Yeah. Look how good. Well, look how good we made him look though. He was in a great defense for his spot, played his position immaculately, and I think he got robbed at a defensive rookie of the year. Though. He 100% did. Either him or Quinyon. Either one of them should have won. I can't believe neither one of them won, but to have two contenders at rookie of the year, it's crazy.
It is. That's crazy.
Now, what y'all gonna do with this 32nd pick? Because Josh said y'all gonna go get a safety from Georgia.
Yeah, starts, I think, right? I can see it happening. Bro, we trying to rebuild that whole championship defense over on the Eagles. Look how they playing for us, man. Crazy work. I wouldn't mind it.
Okay. Now, Rich, I want to get into this, right? Because y'all division getting crazy. The Vikings, The Lions, but people don't realize it's all about to crumble down in 2 years when the Lions go back to who they are because they did such a good job drafting that they can't pay everybody. They
Exactly.
got Abdul, Aiden Hutchinson, Jameer Gibbs, J-Mo, Yamin Rock. Y'all got all these jewels and can't pay nobody. How y'all feel about the division right now, though, with that start?
Right now, I got Detroit number 1, the Packers number 2. And yeah, it's a little biased. I know it's a little biased. Number 3, you know what? Number 3, the Bears.
I was going to say, y'all might be 4th after the Bears. That's why I was going to say, the way the Vikings looked last year, they got to be 2nd. Yeah, we can't put the Vikings.
No. They got J.J. McCarthy. He was got hurt as a rookie. He's going to be the starting quarterback. He's going to have some growing pains. Yes, on Lambeau Field too. Yes.
Yo, but hold on, because I heard on Lambeau Field too. Yo, look, I heard this. What I'm hearing from all these like beat writers and stuff, that Harbaugh is trying to possibly trade Justin Herbert over there and get JJ back with him. So, and I heard Vikings are entertaining it, that they'll take Justin Herbert over there with the Vikings, and then you know what I mean, get JJ McCartney over there on the Chargers and run the offense for Harbaugh.
If that happens, you would have to put Minnesota number 2.
I would have to put number 1. You have to
1?
Yeah, bro, because Minnesota got a good defense. Minnesota got a good defense too.
You cannot put Justin Herbert with Jay Jets and then Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson too.
Yeah,
that would not be fair. That would not be fair. That would be worse than the Bengals right now, low key.
Nah, that'll be tough. I can't lie, but you would still put them over the Lions.
Yeah, I would, because
right now they ain't lose nobody yet. The Lions ain't lose nobody yet. They still got
losing their defense.
Who?
They lost some corners. They lost some safeties. They lost to Darius Smith.
Offensive-wise, they defense is already terrible, though. Offensive-wise,
right. And don't forget, Aiden Hutchinson was injured last year.
We know their offense good, but we seen what happened when they versus another high-power offense. Look at the Commanders, and they ain't even too high-power.
I think they got lucky, man. I think they got lucky.
But look, Montgomery was hurt.
Now look, when you lose like that, you showed your team, you showed the blueprint of how to beat y'all. So this year, that's scary. You don't get to be unexpectedly scary 3 years in a row. All right, y'all did it 2 years. This year, we know what's coming.
Right, just like with the Chiefs.
No, that's true.
Exactly.
That's true. But look, you can know it's coming though. But how do you stop a guy out of the background running a 4-3, and his offensive mind over there is crazy, bro. They these trick plays they run. Everything.
Wait, but he's on Chicago now. The dude that was the offensive coordinator with Chicago now, he ain't over there no more.
Yeah, you're right.
So Chicago,
that whole offensive play, the whole offense is about to change.
Chicago's gonna be nice, especially if you get Sean Genty. If they draft Sean Genty, that's gonna be scary.
Can they?
I thought Cowboys was trying to get him.
Oh yeah,
you got Saquon.
Cowboys?
Oh, I thought you said your boys.
No. Oh yeah. We good. We just locked Saquon in for another 3.
Right.
Yeah. Look, we don't want nobody else.
The Cowboys could get him, but they're pegging him to go to Chicago. Is a real strong choice that Sean Genty can go to.
Wherever he go, I hope he got a decent line because I'm rooting for him. That's my guy. I hope he get a decent line to have a decent year, so they don't leave him a bus and throw it in his face that he stayed at Boise and all the critics coming out saying he didn't verse nobody, yada yada. He's a great running back. I don't care where he played. He a great running back.
Absolutely.
Ashton Genty.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna fall.
He's gonna fall. Cause look, and you know who else? You know who's gonna be a sleeper back? I'm pretty sure he entered the draft. Dylan Sampson out of Tennessee. I think his name Dylan Sampson.
I heard good things about him.
We gonna get Quishon Judkins in the second round if we don't take a receiver or a QB. We taking Quishon.
That's not gonna be bad for you. I would like that.
Yeah, that'd be a good pickup.
I like him over Hendrickson just because he's a little faster to me.
Now, is he faster than Hendricks? I don't think he is.
You don't think so?
Nah, I'm pretty sure Hendricks got a better 40. And Hendricks is a better receiving back. Hendricks is another sleeper.
I'm talking about don't talk about the 40. When he hit that line on the open hole, Quashan looked like you seen Quashan before the semi playoff.
Now, Travion Henderson is faster. He ran a 4.43 40, and Junkins ran a 4.48 40 at the combine.
And look, if you go look at Ohio State, brother, any big play was made by Henderson. Like majority of the big plays, besides like in the championship where Junkins had that run at after half.
Yes.
Before that, every big play they needed was Hendrickson. Either
he
be
run number one
backfield, a wheel route, a break run for every big play was from Henderson or Smith. But as far as the backfield, Henderson had way more big plays than Junkins.
Henderson might be the guy to take that. We don't even got a second round pick. What the hell?
You don't have a second round pick. You may trade and get it back in there.
Yeah, y'all probably will. It's gonna be a lot of trades during the draft, bro. Wow.
Right,
I like to see it happening. It's a lot of trades during the draft. Certain people are gonna fall. We don't know how this draft gonna go. So you know what I mean, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, he fell. We're gonna trade up and get him. You know what I mean? If a certain guy that the Eagles like whoever the Eagles got on their thing, if he gets taken before the 32nd, I can see us trading that first round pick to get a player that's you know what I mean.
Yep.
A decent player that could get a decent contract from us. I can see that happening.
Right. Because you guys are stacked.
What's the point of staying there and trying to draft somebody that we don't really want in the first round? If we could give the pick to somebody else.
Yep.
You know what I mean, I can see us doing that.
The Bills and the Bears got multiple second round picks.
Yeah. The Bears needed it though. Not anymore. Not no more.
They better build their line, man. If the Bears build a solid line, like if they focus on just a line this year, the Bears really gonna be serious.
Yes, yeah, especially Caleb Williams back there, his second year, he gonna be nice.
And if they add Penty, they already got the wide receiver core. Their wide receiver core is already there.
Absolutely.
I really want to put it. Well, I heard Keenan Allen might be going back to the Chargers.
Yeah, I seen him and Mike Williams.
He's more of a mentor. He's on his way out. He's a veteran that's going to teach the young guy.
But he make the plays when you need it though.
It's another season, man. He need too many plays more to be made by him.
Look, he don't need to be every down guy. He need to be a little 5-yard out. He gonna get 15. You know what I mean? Right. Okay, it's 3rd and 7. We're gonna run a stick route. You know he gonna catch it.
That's his game.
You know he's gonna catch it. You know what I mean? We already got DJ Moore to hit them screens and the posts and whatever else. So all he need to do is that. And then they got a Duze who's also phenomenal.
Develop real nice.
But Keenan ain't on the Bears no more. Keenan a free agent.
See, I told you.
But I'm saying they might sign him back though. I heard he might go to the Chargers or they might sign him back. So
yeah, I heard that.
He want money, honestly. I don't even think he's chasing a championship. I think he just want whoever gonna give him a better deal,
right? More
guaranteed money, and he just gonna play.
Yeah, that's his role right now. At this point in his career.
Yeah. So who going second though? Being that we say Cam Moore going first, who gonna go second? Travis.
Ideally, I want to see Abdul Carter out of motherfucking Penn State. If they
gonna match him up with Myles Garrett,
yeah, that'd be crazy. 2 DNs like that.
I think the Bears are going to get him. I meant the Bears, the Browns, Cleveland Browns are getting.
You think?
Why not? Why not, brother? And try to go get, you know what I mean, a veteran QB from somewhere. We seen what Joe Flacco did, stepped in and played great for them. Like, you know what I mean? As long as they get a decent quarterback, I feel like it'd be better for them to build their defense.
I think they're going to take Trav and rock out with Kenny Pickett.
That won't be bad.
No, that would be bad.
That won't be bad, man.
Not unless Deshaun Watson, comes back to life and beat him out.
Hey, I lost all hope for him. Man. I rooted him for 2 years back to back already, saying this is year to come back. Yeah. This is year to come back, and Buddy did nothing. He played god awful, and then he got hurt again.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm good off him after having 2 bad seasons, and then you get hurt on top of that. in my book, he's done. Look, I hope for the best for him, but I can't root for him no more, man. People telling him that he's good, and I just look like an idiot again. I'm
the fan base gave up on him. Once the fan base give up on you, it's over.
Yeah. Honestly, though, if we being honest, bro, Browns they kill QBs over there. They have so many of these QBs that you know what I mean end up becoming terrible. I don't know what's up with that organization, but I can't name a good QB that played for them.
Bernie Kosar.
Look at Baker right now.
Bernie Kosar
right now. You crazy.
When was that?
Right now.
Who?
When was that?
I said, look at Baker Mayfield right now.
But that's what I'm saying.
But he's playing in Tampa. He's playing in Tampa
good. Playing there?
Oh, I thought you were saying when they leave there, they don't be good.
No, I'm just saying there. Bro, they had Johnny Manziel, they had Baker, they had RG3, right?
But I don't like
I think he played 2 games and got hurt.
That's not fair to say the Johnny Manziel thing because we know Johnny Manziel didn't get picked early that year. He got picked like 20th, right? Something.
Johnny Manziel? I think he got picked pretty early. But 20 is not bad, though. 20 is not bad.
But what I'm saying is he ain't got the excuse to where he could be like, we was a shit team. Nah, the Browns must have been if they had the 20th pick.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So we can't make that excuse. All right, but now let me get y'all take on Jalen Milroe because y'all know how I feel about Alabama quarterbacks. What y'all think about Jalen Milroe?
He got going to the right offense. I think he good. I think he can throw the ball. I think he makes smart decisions sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, he got some plays where you're like, oh, my God, especially the first, 4 games, you're like, this guy, he's going to make a Heisman run, I feel like. You know what I mean? He was making crazy throws to Ryan. Obviously, he could run the ball. We knew that already. But I feel like he got to go to the right offense to succeed in the NFL. Like, he can't go to a team like the Giants or the Bears and the Browns and succeed. It's not going to happen.
Is he going to start?
That's another thing. Where can we start? Let's start with that. Where do we think he could start?
Nah, he gotta sit.
He gotta sit.
Yeah. Quinn Ewers, a few of them gotta sit.
Oh, like you said, there's so many your guy. We may not think they good, but for certain teams, that's their guy. Like going back to Dak Prescott, we know he can't win a playoff game, but for some reason, Dallas, that's their guy. So a lot of guys we can say can start over him. I'm looking at start over him.
I'm looking at every team. The only team that I can see taking the QB is the Rams because Stafford old, the Lions because Goff old. Then it's just
Goff like 29.
Goff ain't old. Goff got another 3 seasons.
Y'all don't think Goff old?
He got another 3 seasons in him.
Goff came in with Wentz, and Wentz don't even start no more.
Wentz got hurt. He got banged up.
I don't know, but then when you look, everybody got their guy already, except like the teams I said, and then the Saints, because even San Fran they pay Brock, Tua.
San Fran needed a QB. Actually, I think he'll be good at San Fran.
No, they love Brock. They got him at a rookie discount too. He ain't going nowhere.
No, they owe him a contract. They owe him a contract now.
Milroe might can make it to the Seahawks.
Seahawks?
Yeah. I can see that.
Sitting behind Darnold for 2 years.
He didn't know over there at the Seahawks. Now they got rid of all they people. What they got? One? I know. I guess they got
a
I don't know. I think he'll feel better on San Fran.
Every team gonna have 2 elite wide receivers soon. But you don't gotta worry about that. Either they're gonna get somebody this year or next year. You gotta think how look at every team right now. Every team almost got 2. We was just talking about the Packers. They got 4 dudes that could really step up and be, if they break out of their covers on a number 1 somewhere, shit like that. Even the Giants.
We got to draft him. We don't have a number 1 on our roster. Well, we do, but it's Christian Watson, and he's always hurt. We got, like I said, we got 3 phenomenal slot wide receivers. That's what they are. Slot.
They doing all drag routes all season.
I hope we get like a big body wide receiver from this draft.
I would take Rashawn Gary and Jaden Reed for DK Metcalf from y'all.
Y'all
No, thank you.
DK.
No, thank you.
That would be a great trade.
I'm sure you would.
That'd be a great trade. You get Jaden Reed and Rashawn Gary for DK. Damn.
Wait, so Ish, who y'all got over there? What y'all still? I think y'all still banking on Aaron Rodgers, right?
We got Money Mace right now, man.
No, y'all going to draft Sheduer. If the Saints don't get him, you guys are going to get him because Mike Tomlin.
I would love Sheduer to go there though.
Yeah, Mike Tomlinson get him in shape.
Exactly. I feel like he'll definitely succeed on the damn Steelers.
Damn, I don't want Sheduer.
Why not?
What y'all running back room look like? Warren and who?
We got Warren and Gainwell.
Oh, y'all do got Gainwell.
He nice change the pace back.
Yeah,
he like a receiving back though, but so is Warren. They kind of the same back.
They both run hard.
Warren's bigger. Warren's a little bigger.
Yeah, he is.
Warren run hard. And he's shifty.
Absolutely.
But yeah, then we got Firemuth. So we just need somebody to come over there with their act together, man. We don't want to start it off with a rookie. I felt like we should have respected Justin Fields. Justin Fields should have never came off the field.
Right.
Never had a reason to come off the field.
The minute, he shouldn't have slapped Russell in the face in practice.
He slapped Russell in the face at practice?
Yeah. He called him a high-paid backup quarterback.
Did he really? I didn't hear that. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, Russell. I'm sorry, Russell smacked Fields. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nah, he's crazy.
Like the Sun smack, like the Sunday.
Fields completed a touchdown pass, and yeah, I'm the highest paid backup quarterback, and Russell smacked him in his face in practice. Big old fight, and this was in I'm saying you a Steelers fan. I'm surprised you ain't hear about that.
I gotta look into this. I gotta look into that.
Yes, sir.
Smacking in the face.
Smacking the face.
Smack him in the face. Yes.
Man, not the smack in the face. Not the smack in the face.
Got him.
Y'all think you're gonna tie Josh Jacobs in there soon? Like I said, Quantas got that deal. Josh Jacobs gonna be looking for a deal.
Man, they better.
Well, yeah, they were looking. I got to see what Marshawn Lloyd did. He was the rookie that we drafted last year. He got injured in training camp, but they had a lot of promise from him. They drafted him in the second round last year. So
yeah, where did he come from again?
Oh, don't get me lying.
Well, I'm gonna look it up. I definitely know you're talking about, but I didn't know where he came from. Let me see.
Yeah, but he's good. He's a good running back if he can stay healthy. We're probably gonna get him. I hope we get Scatterboo.
Another sleeper.
Yes,
another sleeper that people sleeping on him, but he a hard running back, man.
Oh yes, I would love to get him.
He catch the ball.
Arizona State, right?
Huh?
Arizona State, right?
Yes, that's it. Yep. So if he can play well, Josh Jacobs is gonna have a hard time getting the contract that he's gonna ask for.
Let me see. Wilson, yeah, y'all got Wilson from I don't even know FT Valley, and then
Emmanuel Wilson. He's good. He ran good. Good.
Lloyd came from USC.
Now, if y'all could, are y'all gonna put Travis Hunter on both sides of the ball, or are making him pick a side?
He got to pick a side.
I wouldn't even pick him because he want to do that. To me, you're not locked in.
Well, I disagree. He said that he's willing to never take a snap again if he's not able to play both sides of the ball. He just won the Heisman Trophy because of that. You know,
I agree with that. But listen, this is what I always argue with everybody. He's the only one that really got a chance to do that. Because if we go back and look at a lot of these athletes, they could do the same thing. But when they came to college and they meet a guy like Nick Saban and all them, they're like, bro, you picking a side or you don't play for me. We'll go get 10 more like you. He just so happened to have Deion Sanders who played both sides and was like, I'll allow you to do it. But if we really think about it, there's a lot of players that that if they had the opportunity, I'm not saying that would have put up the same numbers, but we never know because they don't get that opportunity. A lot of guys don't. So, I get what you're saying, but a lot of these top guys are dual athletes. And in high school, you play both sides of the ball. It's like damn near mandatory for most people. So he was the only one that really got the chance to. So I don't, you know what I mean? I feel like he got to pick a side. A lot of these guys can do the same thing.
But he won the Heisman for it. He won the Heisman for it, though. He's superior to it.
But now look at this, right? He supposed to be going 1 or number 2. 1, you my biggest investment that I got this year. So I got to put you out there in the high injury risk. And then now look at this. If I'm taking you 1 or 2, you not Jalen. Are you Jalen Ramsey at cornerback? Yeah, you kind of are. But you're not Jamar Chase at wide receiver if I pick you this early.
No, he's not a Jamar Chase.
Justin Jefferson. You know what I mean?
No, it's not a Justin Jefferson, but he's
you're a smaller dude. You're a smaller dude. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of.
No, that's not. I get what you're saying. You got to protect your investment. Because say he, God forbid, bro. I'm not. I don't even want to say it, but y'all know I'm about to get at. Something happened, and then boom. Now what you do? Second play, because you just ran a 100-yard touchdown pass. Now they know you just caught that. Now I'm sending somebody deep on you. Now I just watch you run 100 yards. I'm exposing you now. We going deep. And if you get a guy like you said, like Jamar Chase, you versus Bengals first week, you just ran a touchdown for 100 yards. Now you got to go guard Jamar Chase 100. You're kind of a liability.
You putting the team at a liability because now we scheming. NFL is a chess game. Once you more higher you get up, because now we see you coming off. Okay, I got to put y'all 3rd cornerback on the field and y'all 4th in the nickel. We going at them.
Yeah.
Or now y'all got to put y'all 3rd string wide receiver in. We jamming, mess the timing up. We might get a pick. Shit like that.
Right. Yeah.
Look, what I think he should do is come in as a corner, and he gets certain packages for him to play wide receiver. I can't see him being an every down wide receiver, but I think he should focus on corner, and whoever team he go to put in certain personnels for him to run in the slot because you want to be a mismatch for teams, I feel like.
Right.
And go like that. But I don't think he should be, you know what I mean? He should go be the one on one side wide receiver, and now he coming out versus ones on the other. That's going to hurt you more than help.
If you give him the opportunity, he's on a rookie deal. So when you talk about money and business-wise.
True.
Now is the time to do it.
But see, I get what you're saying, but that could go both ways. Because say you do take him over a guy like Jalen Carter, what's his name, Abdul Carter, and he goes to the team. You pass up, you take Hunter. He gets hurt because he's playing both sides. Then you know what I mean. Carter goes and wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. He breaks the sack record, or you know what I mean, whatever the case may be. And now you passed up on him, paying the same amount of money. You pass up on an all-sack leader because you want to take a chance on a guy who's trying to play both sides of the ball.
And then think about this. While these other rookies coming in and they meter going like this, his gonna be going like this because he want to play both sides of the ball. These dudes playing 78 snaps a game. You trying to go out there and play 150. So you gonna be what you gonna have a 6-year career versus one of these dudes that's gonna have a 13, 14 year. I would rather go with the dude who locked in and honed in on his position because I want you to come out here and try to be the best at your position. You can't be the best at 2 positions in the league. You see what you're trying to do, but now it's like you're being selfish. You're doing it for you. You're not for the team.
Right.
So just me, I wouldn't draft him off that. And then like he making this diva threat, I won't play a snap again. It's like, see, now you want this Dion shit.
Yeah, I think that was a silly move of him. Silly move to say it. Because like then what? Now you don't get a contract, and what he used all his eligibility, right? So say teams do get petty, like, all right. So now what do you do for money? Now you your whole life you played ball, you trying to, you know what I mean? You trying to corner somebody when it's like, all right, I'll wait till next year and I'll draft a guy like Smith, you know what I mean? Or you know what I mean, these other top wide receivers, and I'll go get another corner. I feel like that was silly him to say it. I get what he was, you know what I mean, what he was trying to.
He letting you know that he
knows his value. He knows his worth, rather. I get it, but you shouldn't have said that because there's a lot of guys out there that don't like that type of mentality. So it's like I feel like he already narrowed down some teams that were either maybe consider him, and then when they hear that, it's like, oh no, we don't want a guy like that.
Maybe he said that so he can fall to, the earlier the pick. I mean, you sorry. You know what I mean? So if he has a Sheduer Sanders attitude and get pushed back and get a better team,
No, that's true though. But did y'all see the interview with Cam Newton? And Cam Newton said he told him that, like, look, you don't want to be a top pick and you don't want to be one, because at the end of the day, I was number one pick and I went to a bad team, but he's like, I can change the game at QB. He's like, you're a wide receiver DB. You can't impact the game like a quarterback can. So you go to a terrible team, ideally you're not gonna get the looks, you know what I mean, or the exposure that you should, because you're on a bad team.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it, Jalen Ramsey, like how he went to the Jags. You're gonna have one good year maybe, and then have to get traded.
Yeah, like your stats gonna be good, but you have to carry the load. That's one, which is like we just said, is going to deteriorate your body, and you try to carry the load on both ends of the field. So now, like we said, you're gonna get 150 targets, and then you're gonna get 200 plus targets on the other end.
They would have to manage the snap count. They would have to.
Yeah,
ideally, exactly. you would hope they do. You know what I mean?
But just even doing that is messing the whole team up. You messing practice up. You messing in-game shit up. Like we got to put this dude out there. We don't really. Every team want to set personnel.
Right.
You don't know we could throw this ball up to you right now because you didn't have to guard Jamar all game, and then you didn't already caught 60 receiving yards. We don't know if you can catch this deep ball right now. We need it now. Feel me?
Yeah.
Because look at the teams that they talking about going to. Wherever he go, he gonna have to be the wide receiver one.
Seriously. Except because the Browns team won't be wide receiver one.
Oh, they got Judy
over there. So like,
what's depends on what he picks.
What's top 5 right now?
He's going to. Is he going to be a wide receiver or cornerback? Does anybody know? What's he going to be?
He said he got to play both, or he's not playing no more.
And he said
that was his last statement.
Yeah, that was his last statement. That's why I'm saying like, I wouldn't take him.
He said if he get drafted, the commissioner better say cornerback and wide receiver Travis Hunter before they say, you know what I mean, when they be like, pick is in, number 3rd pick. He said they better say corner and wide receiver.
Hey, for him to be doing the talking he's doing, he better really come out and ball. Like all this shit you requesting, all this. I mean, you want to play defense, you want to play offense. Like, bro, he hasn't even had an NFL practice yet to where he lined up against a Jamar and be like, damn, can I do this all game? Or now he lining up against Stingley and getting hands put on him, and it's a different type of physicality. Don't forget, he 175 pounds. Imagine Devontae Smith. Imagine Devontae Smith playing both sides of the ball right now.
Well, that's the Devontae. He never won.
But they're the same size. But
they are the same size.
Winner too. He a Heisman Trophy winner, and he a better receiver than Trav.
It's hard. Then also say he do succeed. You know how he gonna mess up the market? What do you pay a guy like that?
That's what he wants. That's one of his goals.
He got to get paid
a guy like that. You can't pay him no $15 million a year. This low.
Nope.
If you got the top wide receiver by that time. What Chase making? What he just get? What's his contract?
He's making like $80 million a year or something like that.
Yeah. Samar Chase is?
Yeah, he got paid.
80 a year. So
that market ain't that high yet. That's
it was like 4 years 80, so it's like 20 a year, right?
Nah, he got maybe 45 a year guaranteed.
So you got a top wide receiver doing that, and then what's the highest paid corner? Ideally, you got to meet somewhere in the middle.
Corner gonna be no. What he gonna do is I want the highest non-paid QB contract. I don't want a specific position. I want the highest non-paid. How Myles Garrett and Max Crosby did. Like you see how this shit came out highest non-paid QB, not the highest paid DN. They got that non-paid QB shit. So
he gonna have to impact the game in a crazy way. You got to. Look at Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's his sacks. Look at his size. Like he impacts the game, even though you know what I mean. They're not the top 10 of team. You know the game plan is run opposite of Garrett. Like
Exactly.
that's the only game plan we versed in is we got to move the ball. If we throwing it, we got to roll out to we can never go to his side. The scheme you can't one-on-one him. So now the scheme is always double him or wash him down. Like the whole scheme is to keep him out the game. And even then, he still gets sacks. He's still impacting the game. So to ask for money like that, he better have 20 picks, 70 plus. That he better not drop a ball. That is just something crazy to do. But honestly, I hope he do it though, because then it's just something you never seen before. It's gonna make history.
Yeah. Now, last thing, right? I want to know how y'all feel. I want to know how y'all would approach Sheduer, because, like I said before, he's been playing football under dad all his life. He come in here, we talking about he want to change the culture. I feel like it's only two ways you can go about him. You either coddle him how Deion did, or you gotta humble him and let him know it's the NFL, sitting for a year anyway. Because, like we say, he can't start over nobody right now, depending on the team he go to. But how would y'all approach drafting Sheduer Sanders if he was on your team? How do you go about him?
I don't know. What you think, Rich? How you go about it?
It depends on my current situation as a coach. It depends on my quarterback. If I got a starter, if I got one of the top 15 starters, he's gonna sit. He's gonna sit, okay? Unless he goes to Vegas. I think that he can give Geno a run, because Geno does get hurt a lot. And I think he can learn a lot from Geno.
But honestly,
the Raiders or the Saints.
Him and Geno,
I wouldn't coddle him.
though.
I wouldn't coddle him. I would not coddle him. No, you can't do that. Because the team, you're going to lose the locker room if you do that. You're going to lose the locker room.
Yeah,
he's a rookie.
It's a lot of grown men. It's no kids. It's no, a lot of motherfuckers going to speak up.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
That's true. But like, I feel like his play style is real similar to Geno's. I feel like though, like they can move, but they not obviously they not huge scrambles, but they can scramble. They try to pocket pass. I feel like they
that's why I think the Raiders gonna get him, sit him for a year, and then release Geno, and they're gonna start Sheduer.
That's smart though, because look, Geno sat behind like 4 different QBs. He got a starting spot, and now look at him. He was comeback player of the year, playing great. I mean, we know he started on a jet, so it wasn't the best start, but look, he done came back, and now he balling. Honestly, all the top guys sat behind people. Besides Lamar and Josh Allen, I think they started right away. Mahomes sat behind.
Lamar didn't start right away.
Right, he didn't start right away.
Oh, he did sit behind some. All right, so yeah. So
he sat behind Joe Flacco, yeah.
So Josh Allen's the only one.
Nah, Josh Allen didn't start right away either.
Nope.
Who he sat behind?
He was behind Tyrod.
So boom. Every top QB, even starting with Tom Brady, Bledsoe, Aaron Rodgers behind Favre.
All the QBs right now. No, Trevor Lawrence man, it came out starting.
Yeah, but he's not a top QB right now.
No, he's like top.
He got a contract like me. He got a
contract like, but Dak got the highest contract, and he's not even close to any of these guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was just their guy. Like they thought he was going to be that. He had a crazy high school career, and
Trevor Lawrence fell off.
He was just overhyped, really.
I can't believe Trevor Lawrence fell off like that.
And you can't say they ain't help him, brother. They got him the weapon. They got 2 wide receivers for him. They got him as running back. They had him as much as you could, honestly.
Yeah.
Mac Jones went in and played the same exact way. They played the same exact way.
He's exposed, man. NFL, not for long. Stands for not for long, baby.
Mm-hmm. For some people.
Hey, that's what it is, man. That's a good way to end it. Hey, I appreciate y'all both popping out tonight, man. Talk about the draft. You already know. Hey, Steelers, I hope y'all don't got to play us next year because we're going to kick y'all ass, but y'all know it's all love, man.
Wait, who you going to beat? Huh? Who you going to beat?
We're the big bros in PA, man. Don't play.